Hello, this is Katie, and I'm going to be doing the third card in the Cottage Greetings kit. I did these two in a prior video, a couple videos ago. And I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to show you the fun foam that I actually had and probably should have used on these. I made a couple more of these after with a big sheet of fun foam just underneath that size, and it's a lot sturdier, obviously. So this is the piece of fun foam that I'm pretty sure I showed you in the card kit video. So it's basically the same thickness, if not maybe a little less, but it gives you that full coverage so you're not just putting Stampin' Up! Dimensionals or only supporting some of that back. So we're gonna kind of lift that up. So we'll make the congrats card. This kit makes it really easy to just create really cute cards very quickly if you know what you're doing. And they've got it pre-colored and stamped and everything. So it's just a really great kit. If you don't have a lot of card making stuff, I definitely recommend it. Like I said a couple times, you don't have to have the coordinating stamp set. You can just get a sentiment that you already have that fits, for example. So I'm going to stamp this first. I will use the Calypso Coral instead of, I think it suggests Delightful Dijon, which sounds like mustard, but I don't have that color. But coral kind of fits in with this a little bit. So this is pretty centered on the block, so I should be fine. These ink pads are very inky, as I've mentioned. So just a light tap. Try to center it. You can get kind of a low down view if you need to. Get one good press on there. So we have that part. Excuse me. Put that ink pad away. Try not to get ink on everything, which is apparently something I'm very good at. Let me grab a Post-it note to kind of wipe that off on so I don't get ink on everything. Okay, so first thing I'll do is stick this down to the little, it's really thin wood panel. I'll use my tape runner. So we'll stick that down to the wood panel first. Very squeaky tape runner. And I like it when they're going up and down. You can obviously do whatever you want. Center that. Stick that down. Try not to touch the ink if it's still drying. Then we want, there's some embellishments that we'll put on top, but we'll do the fun foam part first. Fun foam part. So I'm going to flip this over, and with the fun foam, you really just need, I want a long pair of scissors because I want to do one good long cut. So I'm kind of just putting it in the corner. I want it to cover most of it, but I don't want it to show. So I'm going to put a little snip almost to the edge there, and the same over here. Then I can just cut through. Try and keep it relatively straight on both ends. We just don't want it any bigger because we don't want it showing. And then I can save these bits for other, you know, you can piece it together. You're still going to have a lot more support than little dimensional dots. And these are fine for maybe littler things that you're supporting, but when you need to support a whole square of cardstock, it's going to help a lot more. So I'll put my tape runner on the back of the wood paneling first. Then we'll center the foam on that. And it should just be a square, so I shouldn't have any problem with my measurements. Okay? So we can still see the wood paneling around it, and then we want to put tape runner on the foam. It may want to peel up if you touch it, so try not to touch the tape that you're putting down. Then we will take that and make sure our card is at the right end. Center that on there, and then you can press all over because it's just one solid piece under there. And it's just a lot more support, especially if you're going to send this through the mail. You've got an entire, it's just great. Pretty sure Jennifer McGuire started that trend or invented it, whatever. It's really cheap kids fun foam. I bought a rainbow pack of it. You're not going to be able to see if this was blue unless you were looking in there. An all white pack was a lot more expensive, and I figured if you can't see it, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, the fun foam really works. I created, like I said, a couple more of the thanks cards, and I used the fun foam on this one, so it's covered all the way through. It's just a lot sturdier. The other one that only has the Stampin' Up, you can, you can press that in, and it's gonna kind of sag a little bit, and eventually it will get, you'll be able to tell that it's sagging, especially if it goes through the mail. So you want a little more than what's in there, and it holds it up really well, and it just feels like a much more professional card. It may be a tiny bit heavier if you do send it through the mail. I think this already needs extra postage because it's kind of a big square envelope, but if something's a little heavier, just be sure to stick an extra stamp on there. If things are a little thicker, they require another stamp. So anyway, I think you'll be a lot happier with supporting bigger backgrounds if you use some of that fun foam. I'll put a link to it below. It was probably on the other video as well, but I'll put a link to the one that I bought off Amazon. I think it was like $7 something, and I have Prime, so I think it was free shipping. I can't remember, but I'll link to that below. So anyway, that's using fun foam, and I hope that helped a little bit. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.